Network news on Christmas Eve. We're live in Abuja. I am Jumwa Yusuf. Adiola Kamia Kere is in our studios in Lagos, and Suleiman Riga Chikun joins us from Kaduna. Welcome. President Muhammadu Buhari has directed the armed forces and other security and intelligence services to ensure that the Christmas and New Year festivities are peacefully celebrated across the country. He gave the directive at an emergency meeting of the National Security Council. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports.
Service chiefs led by the Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabo, arrived at the State House for what the presidency described as emergency meeting of the National Security Council. The meeting is coming barely 24 hours after the president returned from the Northeast Theater of Operations, where the armed forces of Nigeria are mercilessly smoking out the remnants of Boko Haram and other criminal elements. At this meeting, members critically analyzed the security situation in all parts of the country, existing gaps in the various military operations, and strategize on the best way forward, especially as the year draws to an end.
The Council has mandated us to assure Nigerians of their safety, of their security, and enduring peace for the period of the festivities. All measures for safety and security of the Nigerian people and Nigeria are in place for a successful and happy celebration of the Yuletide and the New Year.
The marching orders of the president, there is no space, there is no tolerance to any threat to security, no sparing of any terrorist. And there must be an intelligence gathering, there must be proactive prevention of crime, and there must be checkmating of all those that are involved in criminal activities, whether it be terrorism, banditry, or armed robbery, or whatever. And that is what we are trying to do to the best of our knowledge and ability.
Interior Minister Rauf Arebeshola in particular described as false and misleading reports that the nation's capital Abuja is prone to violent crimes.
There isn't any threat to safety and security of Abuja. Abuja is secure and very, very safe.
Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari has granted audience to Governor Abdullahi Umar Ganduje of Kano State. Discussions held behind closed doors centered on the challenges of security in the center of commerce and other parts of the country.
Our forests are the major problems because they accommodate bandits, they accommodate terrorists, they accommodate armed robbers, and they accommodate also herdsmen who are criminals. But we believe Mr. President is doing his best with the other stakeholders in order to curtail the situation. But we need the helping hands of almost everybody, especially governors and chairmen of local governments.
The governor told the president that a number of measures have been taken in Kano State towards making the Falgore forest uninhabitable by the criminal elements. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari rejoices with Christians in Nigeria as they join fellow believers all over the world to celebrate the season. In a statement, President Buhari says it is a special period that brings people of the world together with one purpose: to celebrate togetherness, joy, peace, and above all, to share love with one another through exchange of goodwill and gifts. The president, in his Christmas message, noted the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on mankind, its devastating consequences on the economy and social interaction, and appeals to Nigerians to embrace vaccination, which is the best scientifically known defense against the pandemic. While commending the Presidential Steering Committee under the leadership of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, he urged those that have taken the 2 doses to go ahead and take the booster as advised. On security, the President noted that the nation's courageous security forces, bolstered by the necessary support from this administration, daily confront the wicked ones amongst us who continue to threaten the peace of the nation. He expressed the confidence that with the renewed commitment and empowerment of committed security personnel, all these issues which inflict pain and trauma will soon be history. President Buhari also says he will continue to create opportunities for the teeming youth to ventilate their tremendous energy as he urges all Nigerians to spare moments to reach out to the less privileged and pray for the gallant security personnel fulfilling their oaths to keep us safe. Now, it is Christmas time and the bells of the Yuletide are already ringing with sounds of celebration and festivities. In their messages to Nigerians at this period, notable personalities in the country are calling on all to pray for peace, unity and progress in the spirit of the season. Olabode Arewa reports.
The President of the Senate, Senator Ahmad Lawan, has felicitated with Christians as they join their brethren across the world in celebrating Christmas, the birth of Jesus Christ. Senator Lawan said beyond the merriment, Nigerians should emulate the teachings and sacrificial love of Jesus Christ. The Speakers of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, has also rejoiced with Nigerians on the occasion of Christmas. He noted that Christmas calls for sober reflection and enjoined Christians to pray for the country, saying the character of Jesus Christ should to avoid unnecessary travels in order to curb the spread of the Omicron variant of the COVID-19 nationwide. Meanwhile, the Federal Safety Corps has pledged to ensure a crash-free celebration during the Yuletide. The Corps Marshal, Dr. Boboyo Yemi, in a message, warns road users to guide against violating traffic rules and ensure maximum cooperation with law enforcement agents as they remain vigilant on the roads. In a similar vein, the prelate of the Methodist Church of Nigeria, His Eminence, Dr. Samuel Emeka Kanuuche, felicitates with Christians. He urged them to demonstrate God's love and show sympathy to the needy. The All Progressives Congress, APC, has also joined Christians and Nigerians in extending messages of goodwill. National Secretary of the APC Caretaker and Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee, John James Akpano-Dwede, urged Nigerians to use the season to extend the hand of love to all. The APC solicits prayers and support for the nation's selfless security agencies so that Nigerians can go about their legitimate activities around the country. Meanwhile, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has also enjoined Nigerians to use the occasion of this year's Christmas to further unite, to show love to one another, and to reinforce their determination for a national rebirth. A statement from the party's National Publicity Secretary, Debo Ologunagba, says Christmas presents a momentous opportunity to rekindle hope and work together as one people under God to put the nation forward. In Abuja, Olabode Arewa, NTA News.
Let's bring you up to speed with other news. President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed formal appreciation to the 9th National Assembly for keeping faith with the resolve by his administration to implement national budgets within January to December cycles. This was when he engaged Senate President Ahmed Lawan and Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila at his official residence Thursday evening. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu has the details.
President Muhammadu Buhari had just returned from a tedious official engagement in Maiduguri, Borno State. This meeting with presiding officers of the National Assembly, coming almost immediately after, had to go on at his instance. The president wants to formally appreciate the lawmakers for passing the national budget once again in good time. The 2022 appropriations bill submitted by him to a joint session of the National Assembly on the 7th of October this year was passed in 6 weeks.
This is essentially the reason why he invited the Speaker and I to say that National Assembly, thank you very much for working with us, for making this budget 2022 passed in good time like you did for 2020 and 2021. And I want to assure Nigerians that the budget that we pass in the National Assembly, especially this one, is a budget that will consolidate the previous budget, especially for 2020 and 2021. And you recall that for 2020 budget, 100% of it was implemented. And that is because we have been able to produce the document in good time, and Mr. President assented to it as well, as quickly as possible. And this is because we believe that Nigerians deserve to have a better life, a better security, better economy. Today, across this country, in every part of Nigeria, there is one construction of infrastructure or the other. Today, in every part of Nigeria, MDS are engaged and involved in serious empowerment programs for people who are disadvantaged, those at the lowest level of socioeconomic ladder. So I believe that the administration has been doing so well, and for us, the National Assembly, the 9th National Assembly, is to ensure that this does not stop, and that is because Mr. President has given that leadership. And so we are very happy that this partnership, this synergy between the 9th National Assembly and the executive arm of government has been producing very, very good results for our economy, for our stability, and for Nigeria to continue to prosper.
The Senate President expressed optimism that the budget, as passed by the National Assembly, will be assented to by the President next week. NTA News, however, sought to know whether President Buhari's decision to withhold assent to the Electoral Act Amendment Bill was a surprise to the lawmakers.
The matter is not whether I'm surprised or not, but I want to say this, that at the end of the day, what will come out of all these processes will be to the benefit of our electoral processes. It will be an outcome that will ensure that INEC is able to monitor these processes properly, that our political parties are also able to be strong, that at the end of the day, Nigerians should have an electoral act amended to make the election of Nigerians into various offices very, very transparent, full of integrity.
Is it true that lawmakers have started collecting signatures to veto the president on this?
I'm not aware of any such things, at least not in my chambers. We're on break right now. When we come back from our recess, there's still ample time. We will make a determination one way or the other. He stated copiously his reasons why he didn't think the contentious issue should be part of the electoral law. We will sit down, we will look at it, which way to go. The options are there. We will do what is right for the Nigerian people. And I made it very clear that we're not going to throw away the baby with the bathwater. A credible electoral process and law is what is required at this time. Nigerians want it, and Nigerians will get it.
The National Assembly is expected to take a formal decision on the bill on resumption of plenary in January next year. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
The newly appointed minister from Taraba State, Muazu Jaji Sambo, has been sworn in to fill existing vacancy in the Federal Executive Council. President Muhammadu Buhari performed the ceremony in conformity with the provisions of the 1999 Constitution as amended. Again, State House correspondent Adamu Sambo has the details.
I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Born 62 years ago in Jalingo, Taraba State, Muazu Jaji Sambo is a building graduate from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. He is a corporate member of the Nigerian Institute of Building, Council of Registered Builders of Nigeria, and the Nigerian Institute of Management. Described in his citation as a grassroots mobilizer, the new minister worked as senior civil engineer with the Nigerian Post Authority, served in various management positions in banking and insurance industries, and retired in 2019 as General Manager, National Inland Waterways Authority, Lagos Zonal Office.
Congratulations, Honorable Minister, and posted to Ministry of Works and Housing.
The new Minister of State for Works and Housing, Muazu Jaji Sambo, thanked President Muhammadu Buhari for what he called the heavy sense of responsibility placed on him and promised to live above board in the discharge of his mandate.
I want to assure Mr. President that the confidence he has reposed in me will not be misplaced. I'll assure Nigerians that I shall carry out my duties as Minister of the Government of the Federation in accordance with the oath of office that has just been administered on me, and that I will help Mr. President to propel this country forward.
So what will Nigerians expect from you as Minister of State for Works?
Nigerians will expect a very hard-working slave driver.
Mwazu Jaji Sambo replaces Saleh Mamman, sacked by President Muhammadu Buhari as Minister of Power on the 1st of September 2020. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
IGP orders round-the-clock visibility patrols nationwide. These and other stories after these messages. Don't go away.
The Executive Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, on behalf of the government and good people of Borno State, conveys gratitude to Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, for his memorable special projects commissioning visit to the state on Thursday, the 23rd of December 2021. During the visit, Mr. President commissioned the Muhammadu Indimi Center for Distance Learning and an international conference center at the University of Maiduguri, constructed by Alhaji Muhammadu Indimi. Also commissioned by Mr. President were 3 landmark projects executed by Governor Babagana Umar Zulum's administration, which includes the 3.55-kilometer combined first flyover at the old custom roundabout, the 10-kilometer dual carriage Maiduguri-Muna Road, and a new mega secondary school at Kushari, all in the state capital. The people of Kanem Borno are always excited and appreciative of Mr. President's home visit to Borno, the re-emerging home of peace and hospitality. Mr. President, thank you. Askrinyana Mungode. Announcer, Honorable Babakura Abajato, Commissioner for Information.
Over 1,500 winners have emerged and 27 million naira won. You too can be the next. Get ready to blow this season in the Airtel Recharge and Blow promo. You stand a chance to win up to 100 million naira, guaranteed tokens, and 25% discounts to restaurants across Nigeria. How awesome is that? All you have to do is meet your recharge target to win. Dial *444*4# to enter for the draw. Everyone's a winner, so hurry. Start recharging.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
The Petroleum Tanker Drivers of Nupeng, in collaboration with the Federal Road Safety Corps, joyfully congratulates all Christian faithfuls this Christmas period. It is a season for us to share love with friends and family. As you travel, please remember that coronavirus is still out there. Wear your face masks in public places. Wash your hands regularly with soap and water for at least 60 seconds. Do not touch your eyes, nose, and mouth. And maintain physical distance of at least 2 meters. The safety of all travelers must be our priority. Do not drink and drive. Use your seat belts while driving. Do not drive on worn-out tires. Obey all traffic rules and regulations, and make sure that your vehicle is in roadworthy condition. Consideration for other road users is everyone's responsibility. Remember, your life is precious to your loved ones and the nation. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year ahead. This message is from the Petroleum Tanker Drivers of Nupeng. Comrade Salmon Akoni Oladiti, Chairman Nupeng PTD, announcer.
Sometimes before I step on stage, my mind gets clouded. But that's when I know it's time to take that deep, tum-tum cooling breath.
Season's greetings, Abuja. It is that time of the year again when we celebrate and merry for seeing yet another year. We like to say a big thank you to all our taxpayers in the FCT for the opportunity to serve you throughout the year. And we look forward to working with you in the new year as partners in building the FCT of our dream. Merry Christmas and a prosperous new year from all of us at FCT Internal Revenue Service. FCT IRS, it pays to pay your tax.
For the first time in its 45 years, Borno State now has a flyover connecting 3 important routes. The flyover was started in January 2020 and completed in December 2021. Commissioned by President Muhammadu Buhari, the 2-stage flyover has curved upper and ground rule, and it is sited at former customs roundabout in Maiduguri, adorned with traditional arts, Cultural symbols and flowering point, the flyover is designed with street lights, traffic control fences, and overhead walkways from all sides for easy and secure road crossing. The flyover number 1 is one of over 500 capital projects delivered in the 2 exciting years of Governor Babagana Umara Zulum for the indomitable people of Borno State.
Introducing an all-time mega offer. Get over 50% discount in the Airtel Home Broadband mega offer. Buy a router for just 10,000 naira and get up to 240 gigabyte or a MiFi for 5,000 naira and get up to 125 gigabyte bonus data. More data, more you. Reliable home broadband buy.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
You're welcome back. Chief Whip of the Senate, Orju Uzo Kalu, has urged Nigerians to sustain their support for President Muhammadu Buhari in his effort to reposition the country. A statement indicated that the Chief Whip made the appeal when his constituents from Ise Ugo in Ohafia local government area of Abia State visited him in Abuja, where he reeled out major infrastructural development of the Buhari administration and explained that the feat achieved so far in his capacity as a senator is attributed to the generosity of the president to the southeast. Senator Kalu said, despite the campaign of calumny, the president has been patriotic and selfless with major projects in the southeast, including the construction of the second Niger Bridge, rehabilitation of Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway, rehabilitation of Bende Arochukwu Ohafia Road, the reconstruction of the runway of Akanu Ibiam International Airport, Enugu, and the Ihechiowa Arochukwu Road in Abia State. Talking security, the Inspector General of Police Usman Alkali Baba has ordered commissioners of police in the 36 states command and the FCT, as well as their supervisory assistant Inspector General of Police, to initiate and implement well-coordinated crime prevention strategies and ensure round-the-clock visibility patrols towards peaceful Christmas and New Year celebrations in the country. In a statement, the IGP assured citizens of adequate security throughout the period of the celebration and beyond. Meanwhile, the IGP has directed AIGs and commissioners of police to massively deploy human intelligence and other resources at their disposal to all public places to protect the citizens and critical national assets. The Federal Road Safety Corps has assured Nigerian motorists of a hitch-free movement before, during and after the Yuletide. In this report, Oyeyemi Ajayi puts together traffic situation in some states of the Federation. The report.
These are some of the busiest areas in the Federal Capital Territory. Being major locations, vehicular movements are meant to be high, but as it is, the opposite is the case. Reasons are not far-fetched. Some days to Christmas, the busiest location now becomes the commercial parks as people flock there to travel to different destinations. Jabi Park, one of the major parks in the FCT, is not in any way different as travelers try to find their ways into the next available buses. There seem to be some people at the park when compared to last year. The Federal Road Safety Corps FCT Command expressed readiness in ensuring a hitch-free celebration.
We have 34 patrol cars that have been deployed in the FCT. We have 17 ambulances that have also been deployed in the FCT. We have 12 power bikes, and then we also have 4 tow trucks that are right on the road in strategic flashpoints that we consider necessary for us to do that deployment.
In Asaba, the Delta State capital, Rosemary Omani reports that the gridlock at the head bridge remains the source of concern, and it took the efforts of the Road Safety Sector Commander and his men, with the support of other security agencies, to ensure flow of traffic at the bridge, with many road users resorting to the use of motorbikes to escape the heavy traffic jam.
What I would like to tell the driver at this particular time is drivers, they have to be very patient. There is no how the whole of this traffic or the vehicle can pass at once on top of this bridge.
The sector commander is quite optimistic that once the federal government is done with the construction of the second Niger Bridge, traffic jam at the head bridge will be history. While in Lokoja, Kogi State, Francis Udojo reports that motorists are quite lucky as the usual congestion seems absent this year. Oyeyemi Ajayi, NTA News.
Now, 2021 has been a year filled with activities across all sectors of the economy aimed at bringing growth and development in the country. The Federal Road Safety Corps is not left out in ensuring sanity and safety on the highways as part of target of zero road crashes in the country. Once again, Oyeyemi Ajayi with report on how the Corps has fared in the year.
Prevalence of COVID-19 in the country notwithstanding, the Federal Road Safety Corps continue to strengthen efforts in ensuring safety on Nigerian roads. The year 2021 marks the 33rd anniversary of the Corps, providing an opportunity to reflect on previous achievements with the aim of injecting new initiatives. Earlier in the year, the Corps announced the plans to commence issuance of digital driver's license, which is in the final stage. This is apart from the new National Traffic Roadmap unveiled seeking the commencement of 24 hours activities.
We improved on enforcement by making sure that more mobile courts, more patrol cars were released by the federal government. The station officers were drafted to all local governments in Nigeria except referring areas. That is to say that now we have our presence everywhere in every local government in Nigeria where we do research.
Inauguration of the new office complexes in parts of the country is another highlight of the Corps, alongside inaugurating its operations monitoring and control center with installation of cameras on patrol vehicles and its personnel in the field. These, they say, will monitor happenings on the highways and mitigate physical confrontations between its personnel and motorists.
Our assault cases has dropped, our corruptive tendencies dropped because people know that they are being monitored. So, and it's like raw evidence. If you slap me and I lie, if you lie, you do not slap me, there should be an evidence for us to show. And we want attitudinal change of Nigerians so that at the end of the day, if you know that it's ethical for me to drive well, that I don't need to be pursued by anybody, then the better for all of us. Then we'll have less job to do.
Arising from partnership with security agencies and other stakeholders, the Corps was recognized for its sacrifice during the Servicom Customers Week, and this is expected to serve as a morale booster in the coming years. In Abuja, Oyeyemi Ajayi, NTA News.
On to the season of Christmas. It comes with lots of merriment and friendship. One of such is the circulation of hampers. In this report, Tessie Omeri takes a look at this age-long tradition and its significance.
This means different things to different people. For some, it is a time where families' bond is strengthened through exchange of visits and gifts called hamper. It is indeed a common sight at this period to see beautifully packaged gift items exchanging hands from individuals' organizations. What really is its significance? Well, clergymen share their views.
God first demonstrated his gift to us by giving us Jesus Christ for salvation. And so I think that at Christmas we are also supposed to demonstrate that gesture by giving to the needy, to our loved ones, and to everybody.
Christmas is a time you show love to people and you appreciate.
This concept, first introduced to England in the 11th century, was originally for charity to poor families who were in need of food and clothing. But this is not the case in the 21st century.
Be you a Christian, be you a Muslim or any other religion, we should cultivate the habit of giving.
According to the clergy, since Jesus Christ himself, the reason for the season, is a gift to mankind, it behoves on all to give gifts all year round, especially this season, as it is better to give than to receive. Tessie Omeri, NTA News.
Christmas is here again with its usual hustle and bustle, as well as visits by people who choose to spend the season with their kith and kin. Uyo, capital of Akwa Ibom State, is not different, as the streets and roundabouts are wearing decorations depicting the Yuletide season. Utibe Achibonk reports.
Over the years, Christmas celebrations have been marked with pomp and loads of festivities to keep Christians and non-Christians alike to get a feel of the annual Christian ritual. Uyo, Akwa Ibom State is not an exception, as the city at night is literally a spectacle, wearing a new look and depicting the season. These decorations, occasioned by the season, have afforded family members, lovers, and people from all walks of life the opportunity to relax. The city affords Christmas fun seekers with a choice, as a Christmas village provides another ambience that makes Christmas in Uyo a preferred destination.
I think one of the most retouches as it appears in southern Nigeria is in Akwa Ibom State. Quite frankly, I'm not being partial because I'm from here. I'm telling you because every southern state I've ever visited during the festive period, this is often the most beautiful one.
Everywhere is just looking very beautiful. It's shining everywhere because if they did not decorated this place, nobody would have come here. But see children, so much children and parents.
I want to thank our governor. He's trying way for us to make this place to be comfortable for us, to bring our children to come and stay here to collect fresh air.
In Uyo, Utube Achibong, NTA News.
Lagos is our first port of call on Network News tonight, and Adiola is our guide. Hello, Adiola. Compliments of the season.
Hello, Jumai. Compliments of the season to you too. Now, in the biblical accounts, 3 wise men were guided to the location of baby Jesus by twinkling stars. Many Christians believe for this, reason, there is a deep connection between Christmas celebration and lighting. That link has been creatively explored in this generation, as seen in colorful decorations that adorn the streets of Lagos during the Yuletide. Adeniyi Taiwo has more.
The book, See Paris and Die, might have been written to capture how enthralled young Soviets were with Western culture in the twilight of the Soviet Union. But that expression also captures the beauty and light of the city of Paris in France. Now, talking about light, this is one space where creativity and colors meet to offer Nigerians the best of decorations for this Yuletide season. Just as it was during the birth of Christ over 2 millennia ago, the Yuletide has always been special with the change in weather and streets generally bathing in colors and light. Ajose Adeogun in the heart of Victoria Island is the new rendezvous and go-to place for fun-seeking residents of Lagos State. The ambience, defined by a constellation of shimmering light, colors and creative concepts, has over the years pulled residents like Darlington to its allure, while young Kaito is a first-time visitor.
I always look forward to that this particular place, I'm going to come here with my kids. So it's always in the calendar for me.
What do you like about it?
The reddish color.
Okay.
And it's really beautiful because red is my favorite color.
The scenery is good enough for taking beautiful pictures and even for doing dance videos. But beyond that, these decorations come with special feelings and messages.
This place is so beautiful, it reminds me of Christ.
The season of love, sharing, caring, and oneness.
Elsewhere in Lagos, a city known for shows and splendor, similar creative decorations adorn streets and establishments, especially in places like Ikeja and Ikoyi, making the Yuletide really special. With a number of private organizations driving this feel-good ambience, other festive seasons hold similar promise of elegance, glitters, and fun. In Lagos, Adeniyi Taiwo, NTA News.
A 330 kVA transmission cable on Friday collapsed as a result of a pipeline explosion which occurred due to vandalism. Emergency responders say the situation affected traffic in the area. However, no life was lost and no injury recorded.
The inferno caused by the vandalized pipeline along Sharia Olofin off Igondo Lasu Road resulted in the destruction of the Ikeja West Akongba 330 kV Line 1 conductors, burning it off and its eventual collapse. Meanwhile, traffic has been diverted to allow emergency responders effect repairs while supply to the major Akongba 330, 132, and 33 kV substations has been cut off. Effort is, however, ongoing to remove damaged towers and conductors obstructing traffic flow on the road, while TCN has backfed all substations severed from the grid by the towers collapse, though with load rationing. In addition, the Ikeja West Akongba 330 kV Line 2, the tripped, is also being patrolled to ascertain its healthiness before restoration. The TCN has assured the public the supply will be restored to all substations as soon as possible.
And those are the reports from Lagos. I wish you a Merry Christmas in advance. We'll take a break now. The news will continue thereafter.
And as 2021 ends, we share your gratitude for its blessings. We acknowledge your low moments too and wish you strength to carry through. At Bedmate, we'll keep making your living better because we believe that furniture is not just an item made of wood, glass, marble, or steel, but a symbol of your unity and good times with your loved ones. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year full of all the finest things you desire.
They look for pension fund administrator. We soft, make sense, we care for me. Shy. No be the time when story go enter the matter when it's time to deliver. Oh no. The brand is sure them no go stress you. Call them then they accessible. Yes, customer care where they on point. You no go regret when you try of course. Profitable investment. Everything is just a blend. If you know what it good for you. Make you choose premium pension today. Make that switch to premium pension. Premium pension. Make that switch to premium pension. Premium pension.
Join over 700,000 satisfied members and enjoy the premium experience at our offices across the 36 states in Nigeria, including the FCT. Call 094615-700-704 to make the switch today. Premium pension. Active today, premium tomorrow.
For you to tanda for this world, you got know what's up. Sabi waiting day ground, then start to do your run. Get ginger to sabi every. Because when you fit see the different side of the world, anything they possible. BBC News for Pidgin. Make your life better.
Growing up in a big family, there weren't always enough seats at the table. So we started eating on the floor so that we could enjoy our food and cokes together. To remind us that the most important part of any meal is being together.
Confidence is important in life's little moments. Strong teeth can help, even if they get her into trouble sometimes. A great smile is useful to break the ice, and making friends is easier when you know you have fresh breath. I give my family confidence with Pepsodent Triple Protection 123. Its antibacterial action formula gives them cavity protection, white teeth, and fresh breath. The confidence of 3 toothpaste in 1. Pepsodent Triple Protection 123.
Ho, ho, ho. Aha. No. Aha. Well done.
Have a Merry Picmas.
For those wondering if the new Schweppes Zobo tastes as good as they say it does, experience tells us. Try it. Find out for yourself. Introducing new Schweppes Zobo, made with over 200 years of experience.
From the heart of the Federal Capital Territory
to the ancient city of Kano,
from the sprawling rooftops of Ibadan
to the bustling markets of Aba and the creeks of the Niger Delta, you really can't beat the reach.
Over the years, we have kept going, keeping you informed, educated and entertained.
And how have we survived in the very challenging year?
Because of our pillars of support, namely the 3 tiers of government, ministries, departments and agencies,
Corporate bodies and advertisers,
religious bodies,
civil society groups,
political parties, and most importantly, you, our esteemed viewers. Together, we made 2021 great.
And together, we shall make 2022 greater.
Thank you from all of us here at NTA. Your season's greetings and a prosperous new year.
Manchester City sit at the top of the table this Christmas. Can Leicester City put a damper on the holiday cheer when they visit the Etihad Stadium? This Sunday, it's Manchester City versus Leicester City on the Premier League Live, showing on the network service of the NTA from 3:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Baba Ijebu and powered by Integral.
Thanks for joining us. President Muhammadu Buhari congratulates Dr. Comfort Ero on her appointment as the next president and chief executive officer of the International Crisis Group. In a statement, President Buhari affirms that Dr. Ero's appointment to this prestigious position speaks volumes of her track record, professionalism and distinction in service in an organization she joined in 2001, rising through the ranks from project director to the president. President Buhari firmly believes in the ability of this shining star to take the International Crisis Group to new and enviable heights in its work of preventing wars and shaping policies that will build a more peaceful world. Suleiman is standing by in Kaduna for more on Network News. Hello, Suleiman. Compliments of the season.
And welcome to Kaduna Network Center. Hundreds of passengers have taken advantage of free train ride declared by federal government on the Kaduna-Abuja corridor, saying the initiative deserves commendation. From Rigasa Station, Muhammad Lawal reports.
Passengers like Ahmad Anjuma, the information came as a surprise. They are happy about the development and savings coming with it.
Absolutely, I've enjoyed. They should make sure that they enjoy the privilege, and it's quite available and it's easy, so they should liaise with the staffs and they regard them appropriately.
I'm excited about it because this will really help a lot of people. A lot of people that want to travel and then knowing how the situation of the road and stuff. It's a really good one.
Because the first time I thought it was rumors, it's just politics, something that have been lies about the social media, something like that. When I saw it in my phone, it was just that those fake social media people. So when I went to the counter, they told me it's free.
The federal government declared free train movement from 24th of December 2021 to 4th January 2022. In Kaduna, Muhammad Lawal, NTA News.
Commodity buyers in Kano have decried exorbitant prices of goods, which is usually the case during Christmas and major celebrations. Awal Salisu, who visited some markets in Kano metropolis, reports that in spite of the hike in prices, people are still trooping to make last-minute shopping.
It has over the years become a tradition in Nigeria. Prices of goods and services skyrocket during Yuletide and similar seasons of large ceremonies. As it is the case, this year too is characterized by the prevailing COVID-19 pandemic and economic situation in the country. Abubakarimi Market Kano is one of the biggest in West Africa, with beehive of activities during Yuletide and other festivities in Kano. Despite the human traffic in the market, sellers declare low patronage compared to previous celebrations.
Now in the market is expensive, but still, how can we do? We are gradually, customers are coming.
So by this time, last 2 years or last year, you can't even see chance to come in here.
A visit to Awaki Market by NTA News revealed low activity.
But that last time, we are seeing customers, many they are enter, but now they are not enter.
The situation is the same at Ungwa Okumoto Park, as some passengers were seen in cycles discussing the usual hike in fares at Yuletide.
It's expensive because last year it was 5 to 6 times.
Peter and his likes called for government's intervention as the situation is biting harder. In Kano, Awal Salisu, NTA News.
And with that report by Awal is back to Jumai in Abuja for more on Network News. Jumai in Abuja for
2021 in retrospect and projections for 2022. That is our focus on NTA Tuesday Live. Tuesday Live, every Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. It promises to be educative and incisive. Join us.
Does your toothpaste give you complete fresh protection? New Close-Up Toothpaste Complete Fresh Protection takes care of your 5 important oral care needs. It gives you strong teeth, prevents tooth holes, cleans deeply, fights bacteria, and gives you fresh breath. Complete fresh protection from Close-Up.
Dear friend, as 2021 ends, we share your gratitude for its blessings. We acknowledge your low moments too and wish you strength to carry through. At Bedmate, we'll keep making your living better because we believe that furniture is not just an item made of wood, glass, marble, or steel, but a symbol of your unity and good times with your loved ones. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year full of all the finest things you desire.
For those wondering why Schweppes changes look, experience tells us. Change is inevitable. Schweppes, made with over 200 years of experience.
Not all washing powders are the same. Sunlight adds bursts of freshness to cleaning power to give you Sunlight 2-in-1 for sensational cleaning and freshness that lasts. Sunlight 2-in-1 sensational cleaning with burst after burst of freshness. Introducing Sunlight with luxurious oud fragrance.
Introducing the one gift for all this festive, GoTV Super. Enjoy more channels, more variety, more entertainment on GoTV Super. GoTV, love it.
Manchester City sit at the top of the table this Christmas. Can Leicester City put a damper on the holiday chair when they visit the Etihad Stadium? This Sunday, it's Manchester City versus Leicester City on the Premier League Live, showing on the network service of the NTA from 3:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Baba Ijebu and powered by Integral.
Thanks for rejoining us. Returning to God in sincere repentance and deployment of modern technologies have been identified as a major panacea to diverse security challenges in Nigeria. This was at the 78th Muslim Student Society Islamic Vacation Course held in Jalingo, Taraba State. Adamu Haruna Adams reports.
The Muslim Student Society of Nigeria, MSSN, is an umbrella body of Muslim students that has survived 7 decades of operations. The 78th National Islamic Vacation Course for the Zone A of the society brought together participants from the 19 northern states and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, with the theme Insecurity in Nigeria, Factors, Impacts, and Ways Forward. Discussions centered on the diverse security challenges bedeviling Nigeria. Guest speaker Muhammad Lawal Sokoto says disobedience to Allah, lack of patriotism, and activities of some politicians are some of the factors that account for the security situation in the country.
Can we all, especially ourselves and our leaders, repent and go back to Allah?
The guest speaker admonishes Nigerians to shun sinful acts, be prayerful, and always support the truth. National Amir Muslim Student Society of Nigeria, Sheikh Abubakar, and other stakeholders appealed to government to address issues of youth unemployment, which they say is one of the major causes of insecurity in the country. In Jalingo, Adamu Haruna Adams.
Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development has trained 1,333 youth in the Northeast under the Knowledge Life Skill Acquisition Scheme of the NPower program. Muazu Hassan reports that beneficiaries of the scheme applauded the federal government for the initiative.
Zainab Adamu, Ross Collins and Rejoice Ezekiel are among the 1,339 beneficiaries of the program that in the past 2 months trained in various software and hardware skills that will help them to become self-reliant and enhance the growth of information technology industry in Nigeria.
Logo making or drawings for newsmen.
I learned so many things. So I learned computer, I learned animation.
So I learned a lot in this Empower program, how to create a cartoon and so many others.
Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development represented commended the youth for their commitment during the training.
Some of them have a very outstanding performance in such a way that within 2 weeks we realized, when we asked them, have you ever been trained in this? They said, no, it's from what you have been teaching us that I concentrated and I came up with 1 or 2 things.
In as far as you report, we verify you. If we verify you, things before we verify you, Ministry will send you 10,000 first. If we verify you, Ministry will send you 42,000 as a transport allowance.
By this training, the beneficiaries are now more informed and ready for global competition in areas of software development and other skills in information technology industry. In Bauchi, Muaz Hassan, NTA News.
For sports news, over to Amanzi Marcus.
Ahead of the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations in Cameroon, some former Super Eagles players have continued to commend the Nigerian Television Authority for its efforts to televise live the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations in Cameroon. They believe the Super Eagles have what it takes to win the tournament.
We all have been expecting NTA to be in the forefront of sports when it comes to sports.
We all know that NTA is the biggest television station in Africa, and this Nations Cup, we kind of, bring them out a lot.
And still of football, a total of 13 English Premier League matches have so far been postponed in December 2021, due largely to COVID-19 and injuries, following Friday's decision by the Premier League to postpone the Burnley versus Everton match earlier billed for Sunday. Everton had earlier appealed that their game be called off, but the application was rejected, and a review of that same application now means their game away to Burnley is postponed, together with that of Liverpool and Leeds and the Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Watford match. Meanwhile, Japan has followed the United States in deciding not to send a government delegation to the 2022 Winter Olympics in Beijing, China. Chief Cabinet Secretary Hirokazu Matsuno told a news conference that it's important for China to ensure freedom, respect for basic human rights and the rule of law. It may be recalled that China did not send a government delegation to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, but only a sports delegation led by the Sports Bureau Chief. With Sports Update, Manzi Marcus, NTA News.
And that's it on Network News tonight. But before we go, don't forget to join NTA in the fight against rape and rapists. And the whole management of NTA is wishing you a Merry Christmas. I am Jumbo Yusuf.